what's up? Let's have a debate. We were having a heated argument on the morning show, which was a good, healthy argument. People, everybody had their opinions. So, had their opinions, and they're entitled to their opinions, and people feel the way they feel, and we have to respect how everybody feel, and not be dismissive of their feelings. So we were talking about this morning on the air. Good morning to everybody. Greensboro, what's up? Good morning to y'all. Hey, what up, man? Good morning. Good morning to y'all. But let me tell you what we was arguing about this morning. So there's a video of a mother on somebody's porch with her son confronting the dad because the dad put hands on the son because the son was upstairs in the daughter's bedroom.
You put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
He know the rules. He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but
they in the
when
living
it comes
room.
to my children, you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I roughed him up. I threw him out. He knew the rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So did you even know who he was? Where he was?
Now let's give this some context. Now, a boundary was set. All men set the boundary. Our daughters grow up. I have never had to go upstairs and snatch any man out of my daughter's bedroom. Come over here. Hey, you stay right here in the living room. There's the bathroom. There's the kitchen. Living room, bathroom, kitchen. Living room, bathroom, kitchen. Everything in this house is off limits without my permission. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Now, let's start with this. The mother was talking to the father with a tone that was absolutely unbelievable and disturbing. They teenagers. That's how old, that's the age. They teenagers. The way the mother was standing up to the father and having a conversation with him, that was the first thing that really threw me out, because I thought that was disturbing, because she was talking to that man like she could really whip his ass. Let's start there. With a whole lot of hype and a whole lot of masculine energy, you standing on a man's front porch in his doorway, talking to him crazy. Now, the other thing was, that really could have went left. That could have went left quick, because the young man did not respect the boundary that was set. And when you in somebody's house, and when you go to an intimate spot like the bedroom, you don't go in nobody's bedroom in nobody's house unless they give you permission, whether you dating or not. Right? And the mama was in his face going in. Don't put your mother in hands on my son. Don't put your, she was doing all of that. And now, let me tell you, now, even if the mother felt that way, I think that was not the right way to do it. First of all, you're not going to do it in front of the son. You're not going to undermine correction in front of the son. Undermining correction in front of the son. Hey, can we meet over here at Taco Bell, and I'm going to leave my son in the car and let's have a conversation? Or make your son go back to the car, and can I step in and have a conversation with y'all? And let's sit down and have a very calm, quiet, I feel this kind of way, Mr. Johnson, I feel this kind of way. I feel like you didn't have to put your hands on him. You should have called me. She had every reason to express how she felt if she felt that way, right? Then give Mr. Johnson, because you're under his roof. You're under his roof. You're on somebody's porch. You're on somebody's property. You're under the roof. You got to maintain a certain level of respect. You can't do all that at somebody else's house. You can do it at your house. You can't do it at somebody else's house. You can't go the hell off. And then the other thing, you really can't go the hell off if you're wrong. And somebody on here said you have to have some emotional intelligence. Yes, you are under his roof. So I would have, if I was Mr. Johnson, hey, come on in. Let me get you some water. Do you want some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some water? We got some fruit in here, some leftover biscuits and some alligator syrup. Want to sop some biscuits and let's eat right quick. Have a, soften. Let's get the situation very calm and respectful. How are you? So good seeing you. Your son is an awesome young man. I hate I had to snatch him up. I'm sorry I had to snatch him up, but he know he can't go in this girl's room. Boy, I ain't know what was going on up there. We definitely don't want our daughter to get pregnant. But come on, sit down. Let's talk about it. See that? You see how that went? You see what I just said? Come on in, sit down, Ms. Johnson. I'm sorry I had to snatch him up, but I told him not to go upstairs or whatever. He's a good young man, but he went upstairs, went in my daughter's room. I don't want them. I want my daughter to come up pregnant, And so I apologize that it went there. But little buddy, little buddy ain't there. And then allow her to express herself. Now, the son was wrong. The son was wrong. And let me tell you something, when our young men don't respect boundaries, and the son made a simple mistake by going up to the room. Now, there are going to be some mistakes the son might make that might cost him his life. You understand? Sometimes women get real emotional about their sons and treat them like little boyfriends instead of sons. First of all, if anybody would have grabbed my son, Rickey Smiley, if anybody would have grabbed my son and physically had to remove him from the house and snatch his ass up, my son never would have told. It never would have made it to my front step because my son wouldn't have told me. He wouldn't have told me. He would have said, hey, I'm going to go and take that L. My son would have been scared to come home and tell me that a man had to snatch his ass up out of some daughter's room. Because my only question would have been, if he would have told me, did he tell you not to go in there? Yes, sir. Hey, okay. And what did you learn from this? I learned to respect boundaries. Okay. I'm not going to go over to that man's house and say nothing to him. Don't take your ass back in the daughter's room if he's nice enough to allow you to continue dating his daughter, if he allow you to step foot back in his house. And I need you to call Mr. Smith and apologize to him. I'm not going to say a word, but I want you to call your girlfriend, have her put Mr. Smith on the phone, and I need you to apologize to him. If you did the first time, I need you to apologize to him again. Right there. Right there. And that's it. I said, and then when you hung up the phone with Smith, now me and you finna have a conversation. Malik, you're going to have to respect boundaries. I don't care what. If she told you to come in there and she told you it was okay, that's not her house. That's Mr. Smith's house. Mr. Smith said, don't go in the room. Why did you go in there? What if Mr. Smith would have came in there and thought you was raping his daughter and shot you? What if Mr. Smith, you would have jumped and moved the wrong way and that whole situation would have went left? And then, let's go back for a minute. Anybody seen that video? Do y'all know how dangerous that situation could have got with that mother? If that mother and it's mother and father on the inside of the house who live there, and it's the mother and the son standing on the front porch. Okay. What if it would have escalated and there was a physical altercation with the mom pointing fingers and the dad pointing fingers and then the stepmama and Dad get into it, and then now all four of them fighting, and somebody run in the house and get a weapon to defend themselves, or for whatever reason, like somebody really could have died in that situation. And yes, both kids were wrong. Both kids wrong. Now now the daughter need to be handled for allowing the son up in the bedroom. But the son never should have went in the bedroom when he was told by the parents not to go in the bedroom. Simple as that. And once they're a teenager, and once they leave your house, and they do something that they don't supposed to do, and you train them to do what's right, not only did you disrespect Mr. Smith, you disrespected me because I taught you better. Now you in trouble with me because you made my house look bad. And parents, sometimes you just ain't gonna get to dictate what happens to them when they don't respect boundaries. You got to teach them to respect boundaries. Y'all seen the video, and she was in his face like she was a man. And she was going in. She was going off. Look at the video. You know, that situation could have escalated. Somebody could have died in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If the mama that's in the house would have got into it with the mother that was on the front porch, and then the son jumped involved and started attacking his wife, and he can't control the son, or they get into a physical altercation and a gun or knife or anything get pulled, do you know somebody could have died in that situation? And the daughter need to be on punishment, or in a corner, or whatever the punishment required, and whatever the rules and regulations of that house is. Because guess what? I done raised nieces and daughters, and I got 2 daughters now, and I promise you, ain't nobody finna walk up them steps at all. Not without my permission or my escort. If we watching the movie up there in the room, we all going up there together, and I allowed it, and I made sure certain boundaries were set. If you need to use the restroom, young man, you come use the guest restroom. You don't go in her restroom, but we gonna all sit in here, we all watching. We gonna all be respectful. My son, who's 24 years old, have to come here or whatever. My daughter, after she graduated college, her and her boyfriend came here. He had to stay here, but hey, I escorted him to the basement, to a room down there at the end of the hall in the corner, and showed him the restroom or whatever, because, you know, my daughter slept in her room. Hey, sir, don't come up these steps. I said, I walked through my house all through the night. I know y'all grown and y'all have a place together, but y'all not married, so you can't sleep in the same room here. He was very respectful. Yes, sir. And did not leave out of that room. And I promise you, I had every Ring camera on, and I walked them damn halls like the prison guards at Shawshank Redemption. Goddamn Alcatraz up in this hole. Nigga, I was marching. Nigga, I was so sleepy the next day, I couldn't even think straight. I went back. I was getting water, getting bottled waters for no damn reason, just to hear me stomp down the steps to the basement and turn around and stomp back up the steps so he can hear somebody stomp down the steps or up the steps and know not to bring his ass up out that room. I should have locked him in there. You ain't finna hit nothing up in here. If I hear one queef in this house, I'll blow this bitch up. One queef. But y'all stupid. The teenage boy, this is somebody said should have said to his girlfriend, no. Your mother said no. Period. That's it. Yeah. My son stayed here with his girlfriend, and they slept in separate rooms, and he didn't ask any questions. Oh, that's it. Y'all on it. Hey, we gon' y'all stupid as hell out here. Somebody said, I cannot stand you. Hey, Alexis, I was doing so good at first, and then my ass always turned something stupid, right? I was doing real good. Somebody said, hey, thank y'all for that topic this morning. Absolutely, that's what we're here for. And let me say this. Brad is an awesome parent. Brad is one of the best parents I know. And we argue, and listen, me and Brad are brothers and sisters forever. And we got to arguing off air, and I let her know I am your son's goddad. And if I get in a situation, and he in a situation, and I don't have time you, and I have to snatch him up to save his life, I'm going to snatch him up to save his life. Brad is my sister, and we ride or die, we argue, and we're going to be right back on. And I was still talking when we came back on, because I told her that I'm going to go up to his kindergarten today and snatch his ass out of daycare. And she said, and I'm coming with a pistol too, shoot your ass. And we laughed, and that's it. And she is protective as a mom, as mom should be, but she gonna understand it and gonna move a little bit closer and have a little bit more understanding when he become a teenager and when she see more things. This is her first child. So it's her first child, and then I understand how she feels. It's emotional. She carried him for 9 months, and she went through what she went through. Probably that lady feel the same way about her child, or whatever. But yeah, so we ain't attacking her or whatever. But we gonna be on it though, and I'm gonna make sure, as a god dad to my godson, True Legend, that we have these conversations and continue these conversations to make sure that he respect boundaries, and to make sure that, hey, Brad, sometimes that's just all a part of being a man. Sometimes men it's gonna be the men that's gonna make the little boys tougher and give them some of the things that they need, some of the guidance that they need, and sometimes it's not gonna be comfortable. And we gonna work through it, because that's what we do. We love each other to death, and we are in a co-parent, because my kid's gonna have to go over her house and spend the night or whatever, and whatever decision that her and Judy make, if they have to snap and get in their face or make them stand in the corner, that's between them. That's between them. If Brad and Judy have to take my twins and stand their ass in a corner and get in their face, Brad had to correct my kids before. So we be arguing this shit, but we co-parent very well. Very well. So it's all love over here. Thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all check out the video and leave a comment. Go watch the video, then come back, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hope y'all having a blessed day. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Listen, the role of parents includes disciplining their children, guiding them and teaching them how to become responsible adults. But what happens when someone else decides to discipline your child for you?
Yeah, Ricky, two parents are going viral after a mother allegedly confronted her son's girlfriend's father after the man put hands on her son. Now, the man did this after he caught his daughter and her boyfriend alone in her room, and the man immediately reacted. Listen to what went down.
Wow. So that video went viral and has the people talking. Now, some people are saying that the dad was right because the boyfriend knew the rules. He was not supposed to be in his girlfriend's room at all. Meanwhile, others are saying that the dad had no right to lay his hands on him because he is somebody else's kid. Now, surprisingly, a lot of people are condemning the mom for not taking accountability for her son's actions, and they even say that she lacked parenting skills.
Absolutely, and walking up on somebody's front porch on their property, first of all. Number two, with all that masculine energy, okay? You know, talking to a man like you can really whoop his ass with your voice loud, yelling in somebody's house. As I saw the video, somebody's porch. No accountability for your son. Yeah, he should have snatched his ass up by his collar and took him and brought his ass out of there and should have put him out of the house. But you more mad. But the fact that he told him, don't go to the room, and he went to the room, shows the lack of discipline and respect that he have from you, mother. While you up there at the porch, raising with the top of your lungs, you need to be yelling at yourself for not teaching him better when the boundaries was already set to begin with all that masculine energy. Oh my God, that's sickening.
I beg to differ. If it's that girl's house, the girl shouldn't have let the boy in the room. She should respect the rules.
Too.
She should respect the rules from what the father said. It's the girl's fault for letting the boy in the room.
But
had the girl said no, my daddy said you can't go in the room. It's her house. It's their house. Then he shouldn't have went in the room. So even though the boy know the rules, the girl should not have let him in. If it was my son and some man put his hands on my son, I'd run up on his ass too.
Oh no, no. The boy had a responsibility to respect what the father had already told him.
Okay, but it's the girl's house.
No, but the boy, he should know better.
Your daughter should not have let that boy go.
Why would you go
room?
knowing that you ain't supposed to be there?
Don't go in the room.
Wait a minute. I had a girlfriend in high school, and when it was said, do not come up those steps, I don't care what she said or allowed. It's not her house. Hey, your dad said, I can't go up the steps, so I'm not going to go up the steps. That's self-discipline. And that's self-home training.
If that girl invited him into that room and told him to come in that room, then Brad, she was wrong. She was wrong.
Yeah, both of them are wrong.
But he was equally wrong for his own actions. He was old enough to know not to do that. He ain't 6, 7 years old. If you grown enough to go up in that room, you grown enough to get them hands put on you. Because at the end of the day, I pay the mortgage in that house. I draw the boundaries in that house. And if I say don't bring your ass in my house upstairs, don't come upstairs. Because you come upstairs, you're going to catch hands. Then that daughter need to get in trouble. Don't let him in the house, period. He shouldn't have went in the house. The boy shouldn't have went in the house then. Somebody let him in the house. Who let him in?
But Brett, that is not the crux of the matter, because he was allowed to come in the house by the father, but with boundaries. That don't mean don't come in the house. Now, you might not come back in the house because you didn't respect the boundary that was set once you got in the house. He nice enough to let you come in the house.
Just because you can don't mean you should.
Absolutely.
Listen, he's lucky because some dads like mine would have met him with a gun. It could have been a lot different.
Yeah,
you can meet him. You can meet him with a gun. Don't put your hands on him. Don't touch him. That is how I feel. Don't put your hands on my child. You ain't finna snatch nobody up, because then I'm gonna send somebody over there to you to snatch you up. It's gonna just escalate. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, what was the attitude once he went up there? What attitude did he face from the young man? Now the young man say, "Hey, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson."
No, that's different.
Yeah, but what if he was met with an attitude of hostility and arrogance, like some of these kids do now? Some of these kids, you say anything to them, they feel entitled and they talk crazy to you. And I just know that man is just, unless, and the other part is, unless he's in there touching her inappropriately, or they laying on the bed kissing or something or whatever. Yeah, that's a quick snatch up. That's a quick snatch up. And when I put you out, I'm gonna deal with her. Her ass belongs to me.
Ricky, let me ask you this. Now, we both have sons that are roughly the same age. Malik's a year older than Josh. Now, if you tell Malik that when you go to visit a young lady, you follow the rules of that house, and he violates the rules of that house, are you going to hold him more responsible? Or are you going to say, well, or is he going to get away with saying, well, she invited me up there, Dad? Or are you going to hold him responsible because of the way you trained him?
You know why I'm going to be all over his ass? I'm going to be all over his ass because you putting yourself and you putting me and your mom in a terrible
position. You should. You're his father. That man was not his father. Don't touch my son.
Brett,
don't touch my son.
Brett, it don't matter.
It does matter. Unless I gave you permission to touch my son, don't touch my son.
It depends on how old
I'm going to send somebody over there to touch you. Point blank, period.
So
ain't no man finna just touch my son.
So at what point is he responsible for the decisions that he makes?
Now, you Malik's father. You can touch your son.
Hey, Brett.
So when that son get back over to his father or whoever, or the mother can chastise him or whatever, don't put your hands on my child. It's going to escake. I'm going to get you. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to run up on your porch. I'm that lady. I'm that lady.
If my son was up in a young lady's bedroom after he was told not to go in the bedroom, and the dad grabbed him up by his collar, lifting him up and escorted him out the house by his collar and pushed out the door, my son would be scared to come home and tell me because I would have been in his ass also. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying the dad. No, the thing didn't say that the dad jumped on the son and beat the son up. If he grabbed him by his collar and escorted him and put him out of the house or whatever, oh well, that's the consequence.
Had that man just opened the door and they got caught, that boy would have jumped up and got out of there. You don't have to touch him. You can cuss him out. You can say whatever. Get your ass out of my house. Whatever it is you want to say. Have your gun in your hand. Whatever it is you want to do. Don't put your hands on my child.
Okay. All right. I need to know what y'all think. 8669 Rickey, 8669RICKEY. Call me now, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, we having a good conversation because people are emotional about this. So we're talking about the role of parents includes disciplining their children, guiding them, teaching them how to become responsible adults. What happens when somebody else decides to discipline your child? Oh, that's the first one. Oh, what the heck? I'm reading that all over again. I'm sorry. All right, we're talking about the parents went viral after one parent confronted another parent for putting their hands on their son. So this morning we want to know, is it ever okay to discipline someone else's kids? And if somebody disciplined your child, would you be okay with it? Or what would you? Now, let me just say this, just from me, being a man, being on the football team, playing Little League football my whole life. Every pattern that I got from Rosa P. Hanks, every pattern I got from Coach Gene Critton and Coach Jones and Musta Bonner and anybody else that had to snatch me up, I absolutely needed it. My granddaddy told my grandmama, if you can't take what's going on that football field, you need to stay in the car, just drop him off at football practice because we got him out there to make him tough. And it does. Now, let me see. Somebody just, Brian White from Nashville, sent a text on Facebook, said, regardless of the expectations that had been set, as long as he did not strike the boy, he is all good. He escorted him out, no harm foul. And then he said, what the blank, Brett, meet with a gun and not get roughed up. So shooting his ass and waving a gun is okay, but not to snatch up. He said, I'm confused. Shooting him.
I ain't say shooting.
But if you bring a gun into a situation, anything
somebody else on the show said, what if he had a gun?
I did. I said my dad would have brought a gun.
Are you saying your dad would have?
Yeah, my dad. I've seen my dad go after at least 3 guys, boyfriends, exes with guns.
Yeah.
Me and my sisters.
I mean, from the information that we know, if the father told this young man, hey, listen, I get it's you and my daughter, they're all friends, whatever, but we don't go up into the bedroom and do nothing, okay? Now, if the son still go up there and do it, what the mama should have did was ask her son, did the father instruct you not to go up to her room?
That's the first order of business.
And the son would have said, yes, he did. He said, okay, well, let's go over and talk to him. And the mother should have said,
and let's go over and apologize.
There you go. Mother came over there and said, I'm sorry that my son disrespected your house and didn't follow your rules. And it will never happen again.
And then the next question is right to where is his father? You understand what I'm saying? Because his father should have had a conversation with the other fathers that a mother.
But what if he doesn't have a father?
And if he don't, if he don't have a father, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. I'm sorry because I'm a mother, so I would have to get in his ass myself.
She shouldn't be arguing with no man. She should have talked to the lady that was standing there at the door, the mother.
No, you talk to the person that put your hands on him. I'm confused. Like if somebody.
Well, sit down and have a conversation because
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
If you listen at the tone, that escalates the situation. Her tone was off. Say, hey, I would have put him, and then you have these conversations with the child sitting in the car. Let me go sit you in the car so me and this man could just go take a little walk and have a one-on-one conversation, because when you have that conversation in front of the son, it undermines correction. Even if they would have came to a better agreement and a better understanding had it been done a different way. Let's go sit down and have a private conversation, or meet me over here at Taco Bell and I'm gonna leave my son in the car and let's just go sit down and chop it up for a second and where they could get a better understanding that's all I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, but just like he was heated when he saw the son and snatched the son, and he said he reacted wrong. This man said he shouldn't have reacted like that. He reacted wrong when he put his hands on the son. Just like he was heated, the woman was heated when she found out that this man put his hands on her son. So she went over there, and maybe she reacted wrong with the way she discussed it and how it played out. Maybe she did, but she was upset. That was her natural first reaction. She didn't get a chance to think, like he didn't get a chance to think before he snatched him up and put his hands on him.
I want everybody to think about this when it comes to boundaries and rules and regulations, no matter whether it's going up to somebody's bedroom or your child being pulled over by the police. Son, don't speed. You got a lot of cops out here that just don't like some of our young kids, especially black males. And so we have to train our children to always respect boundaries and do what we're supposed to do, and don't put yourself, because a snatch up versus on the side of the road with a cop. My son got a whole list of stuff. First of all, don't speed. Number 2, always put your signal light on. Number 3, don't smoke or drink in the car. All of this stuff just to keep you safe.
And most importantly, don't argue with the police.
You cannot
don't
have
argue.
court.
You can't settle it on the side of the road.
Because them police are way more aggressive than that dad was, or whatever, because a lot of our kids don't make it home. And then we can't do nothing if something happens to them with the police. So we got to condition them to whatever boundary is being set, abide by it. And then if my son don't abide by the boundary, I'm going to beat his ass, because that ass whipping is probably going to save his life. Because I want you to be scared to be disrespectful to anybody that's in authority, in whether it's somebody's house or whether it's a cop or whatever. This is the one thing that might save your life. Yeah, I'm sensitive about my son. I don't want nobody yelling at my son, but I had to stand behind the bleachers when Alabama State University coach was out there in my son's face cussing him out. I almost started laughing. My son just had to stay on his face because it didn't bother him, because he was used to me cussing him out at the house, and it didn't bother me. But what it did was it made him tougher. That's why he just got his master's degree 3 weeks ago. All of that toughness and training, discipline.
Cops and coaches are different. I agree with you on that. I agree with you with structure, little league, football, all of that. They're coaches.
But think about this for a
expect that
second.
to happen. This man has.
But Brett, listen to this. What if it's a white? Check this out. I just want you to think about it for a second. What if it's a little white girl?
Just don't touch him. That's it.
Brett,
That's it.
just
you
listen
can
to
say
me.
what you want to say. Just don't put your hands on him. That's
Brett,
all.
Listen,
That's all.
I understand what you're saying, but listen for 1 second. If your son dating a white girl, your son go to a school, a lot of these little kids, they date outside of their race sometime, right? White parents don't approve of it. White dad said don't go upstairs. White dad already feels some kind of way that you dating his daughter. Okay? White dad go up the steps or whatever, and daughter might say that she felt uncomfortable or something and play the game. That's been some situations before.
I understand.
White dad pulled out a gun and then shoot your son or shoot the kid.
I understand that. You act like everything you tell your son, he's going to abide by the rules every single time. They all make mistakes and they all do things that, and this might happen. He shouldn't have went in the room. I'm not saying it was okay to go in the room. He definitely should have been chastised. But not by that man. Don't put your hands, just don't touch him. Get him out of there, do whatever you need to do, but you don't have to put your hands on him. And I'm going to stand by that. So everybody can feel how they want to feel. I don't give a damn. Just, you don't have to touch him. You can get him out of there. You can get him out of there. You can scare him. You can fuss at him. You can call his daddy. You can call his mama, whatever you need to do, but you just don't have to yoke him up, or you don't have to put your hands on him. And the man said, if you go back to the story, he reacted. He shouldn't have reacted that way. He said, the man said he immediately reacted. So he should have thought first and took a beat before he touched him.
All right, let's go to the phones. 8669 Ricky, good morning.
So my name is Monique, and I'm calling from Middle Georgia. I don't condone the man putting his hands on anyone else's children, but I don't condone the mother as well being so aggressive about the situation.
My name is Angela, and I live in Tyler, Texas, and I think the mother was wrong. I'm from the old school. You reprimand the kids, call the parents, hey, your son is here, and he needs to go.
Hello, my name is Brigette. I am from Chicago, but I live in Maryland right now. To be honest with you, I would say the mother isn't wrong. At the end of the day, if the father did touch the kid, it's not like he's beating him up. He told that boy a rule, a boundary, and he broke it. And everyone's trying to blame the little girl. The little girl's wrong, too, if she ever asked the boy to come upstairs. But at the end of the day, he had a rule when he came over to somebody's house. He disrespected the father's house.
Yeah, this is B from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm going to just say that the father was absolutely right. When if you're a son and the father gives you certain rules, you ought to know that if you violate, someone else going to demonstrate. And, I mean, that's just the rule. So you don't do that. The father was absolutely right, and he contacted the mother, if that's the case, So he did everything he was supposed to do.
The other thing is that snatch up might be the one thing that might save his life. Make the young man understand that, hey, there's consequences to boundaries, because if you do some of the same thing and the same kind of behavior in another situation, it might cost you your life. And that's real talk. That's why I take that stuff serious. Like, I be so scared with my son driving back off to college, making sure he abide by every rule, because sometimes something as simple as just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, it can cost you your life. These are some good calls. Y'all can hit us up if you weren't able to get through. 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY. Hit me up, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.